And mutual funds are not just equity schemes. I'm sure if I put the poll now, how many of you have invested? Everyone say only equity. How many of you invested in debt mutual funds? Very 5% of it. Fantastic, sir. That is where I think, Preetham rightly said, 95% of the people invested mutual fund is equal to equity. Mutual funds, yes, equity schemes, which is, I think I put the Bombay Stock Exchange. I know my friend is coming, Purushottam. It is mutual funds is equity is BSE. For me, BSE is Birla Sun Life Equity, not only Bombay Stock Exchange. And usually for long term, and you have a hybrid schemes, which is a balanced funds and monthly income, which is a medium to long term. You have a debt schemes, it's a mostly short term to medium term. And asset allocation, I think Preetham spoke earlier, mutual fund can provide you fantastic asset allocation to you. It is a various asset classes you can put into mutual fund. It is a one investment, one instrument, multiple investment options. You have a short term deposit, you have a mutual fund, which is you need to see how the stability of capital and what is your risk, what is the potential to growth. If you are waiting for the long term to come, you have an aggressive growth fund or equity fund, and there is a mutual fund scheme for every need of you. In fact, my previous boss, my first boss in the mutual funds was Mr. Kurian. He was telling to us when we joined in 93, way back, 20 years back, and he used to tell us mutual funds got a scheme for everyone except for those two people. One is who is unborn, second is who is dead and gone. But for all of us, there is a mutual fund schemes. And mutual funds, you have a various schemes depending on the duration, where you want to come, we don't want to make. Sometimes I also believe when we come for the investor awareness programs, whether we are clarifying to you or whether we are complicating to you. Because we tell so much which we cannot digest, and end of it, we leave it. And to simplify, I think, again, I request Gauravji to simplify whatever the complex we created here. And it's in the goal duration, if you have a 1 to 3 years, which fund, I think arbitrage, again, arbitrage fund to the short-term liquid fund, Preetham spoke earlier, or if long term, you can look at large cap to the ETFs kind or index fund. Let me put an example. I think a lot of Purushottam talk about current account, which will not earn anything. I'll clarify the mutual funds in the bank's way. I am not comparing with the banks. I am not saying not to go to the banks. We need to bank on the banks, definitely, and that is the way we need to get it. But mutual funds is, I'll just give you how the example. We go to the bank for current account, we go to the bank for savings account, FD, RD, or loans against shares, or DMAT. If I replace this with a mutual fund, instead of current account, you have a liquid fund. I think where you can earn every day something around it. And instead of savings account, you can come to short-term debt fund. Instead of FD, you can put the money into the income fund, gold fund, or dynamic bond funds. Instead of recurring deposits, SIP. I think SIP ke liye, I think our friend, before that I was just looking at Preetham Spark, so give a nice acronym to us. He has given red label. Right? And I know all of us are here, either we drink Assam tea or Darjeeling tea. We are the favorites. As you do it, sip into the Darjeeling tea, don't look at the red label, remember the red label, but sip into a sip. Ensure that you are investing in SIP. And then lean, you can invest, and equity income. And what is that mutual fund offers? Mutual fund offers to you the liquidity, the free flow. The money is available to you very next day if you want to withdraw. And mutual funds are convenience. It is easy to invest and easy to redeem. And mutual funds provide you the risk diversification. Don't put all eggs into one basket. That's what he spoke. And mutual funds gives a flexibility. You can move from X fund to Y fund, X asset class to Y asset class, equity to debt or debt to equity. And mutual funds provides a transparency. That is what we talk about NAV. And mutual funds are regulated by SEBI. And our regulator is considered to be one of the best regulators in the world. And rest assured, you can have a peace of mind. Mutual funds today, 50 years old, there is no fund house in the country has closed its shop and gone without paying to the people. And mutual funds also provide tax benefits. It is a capital gains or tax-free dividends, or equity investments above 1 year is a tax-free in your hands. Here is another small AV from SEBI.
सॉरी यार, मुझे भी लड्डू नहीं मिला।
खास चीजें हो या इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, अलग अलग जगहों पर रखने में ही समझदारी है। इसीलिए म्यूचुअल फंड्स ये आपके पैसों को अलग अलग जगहों पर इन्वेस्ट कर मार्केट के रिस्क को कम करते हैं। सेबी, हर इन्वेस्टर की ताकत।
This is what diversification lead to us, and where you can put into the various pockets. And it's always in life. This is to conclude. I'll just run quickly. Investment cycle should always go with your life journey. It could be a milestones of 1 year. It could be a 1 year you need some money, or 3 years you have a life goal to achieve. To be a holiday, your dream to go somewhere, or it will be a house. It's like down payment for your house, or it's a 15 to 20 years goal where you have a child education, or it's a 40 years of goal. It could be a peaceful retirement to have. For these things, don't use the same vehicle. You have a different vehicles. Some of us who have come here, I came from Mumbai. I flown by air. Gaurav ji has come from Mumbai. Probably Sunil ji or Purushottam has come from Kolkata. They drove by car. Each of us use a different vehicle to come depending on the destination and the distance we have. Similarly, don't use from Salt Lake to go back to the place where I stay in Ashoka Road. I can't use the flight. I have to use my car now. It is like that. For 1 year, you just put it into the liquid funds, or 3 years, it could be an FMP. It's a 15 years, it could be a balanced fund and equity fund. It is a 40 years, definitely equity. And that's where you can use the investment vehicle to reach your goals. If all these things are confusing to us, we do have a financial advisor. Reach good financial advisor who are also ethical, which he can add value, your money and your life, he can enhance. And there is no right way or wrong way to invest in the mutual fund. SIP is the best recommended way to invest in the mutual fund. Here is a small AV how SIP can be a form of investment.
I really like Divya yaar.
তাহলে ওকে মেসেজ পাঠা, কফির জন্য বল।
Good idea. Divya.
দিব্যা,
Divya.
Divya.
দিব্যা।
এ তো আপনি মানবেন যে কালকে এই পুরনো পদ্ধতি আপনাকে আপনার লক্ষ্য পর্যন্ত সময়ের মধ্যে নাও পৌঁছতে পারে। তাহলে এই পুরনো পদ্ধতিতে ইনভেস্টমেন্ট কেন? এসআইপির মাধ্যমে ইকুইটি মিউচুয়াল ফান্ডে ইনভেস্ট করুন, যাতে সঠিক সময়ে আপনার লক্ষ্যে পৌঁছতে পারেন। লগ অন টু জানতো মানুষ।
This is what, we can't go with the old pattern of investing, and love notes also can be passed through the SMS and WhatsApps, not the chitties. And it's there's a small steps to big returns. It's a brick by brick. You can have an SIP. And before I conclude, remember these mantras. Have a goal, plan and put a value to those goals. Make a plan even if it is very simple. I know simple plan is most difficult. When I was listening to Preetham, I was talking about what to exit, what not to enter, and what to enter and what to exit. I find all personal finance managers, sometimes I get away from them. No, due respects. It is like, I want life to be very simple, where you want to go, how you want to go, how it can be used, and mutual funds is the best convenient way. And I also believe, I'm a typical Indian, you are married to one wife, and you need not look at, there could be sometimes no romance, but life is comfortable. Mutual funds are boring, but then give a comfort to you. And stock market investment is not like a romance, every day is like an affair, and affair will be unfair. And make a plan even if it is very simple. Start now. There is never a better time, and time is to invest. And investing regularly is the most important. I appreciate the red label when he said that investing regularly is the one. And we all work financially. Physically fitness, we focus so much. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, or 4 spoons of dry fruits will keeps the fatigue away. This is, I think, one apple a day eating, I cannot become healthy. Like the one day walking, I cannot become healthy.
মিস্টার চ্যাটার্জি প্রথম মর্নিং ওয়াক থেকে বিজয়ী হয়ে ফিরে বললেন,
ফার্স্ট ডে। ভেরি গুড।
তারপর ওজন চেক করলেন আর বললেন,
এ তো কিছু কমই হয়নি, এটা ভেঙে গেল নাকি?
এ তো আপনি মানবেন যে এত তাড়াতাড়ি রেজাল্ট পাওয়া যায় না। কিন্তু যদি আমি এই কথাটাই আপনাকে ইকুইটি মিউচুয়াল ফান্ডসের জন্য বলি,
This is what one day walking will not make us waste to reduce. Keep investing, regular investments, stay long, stay, put your money, and it's diversify your investments. Remember there are risks in all investments. And finally, all good plans or investments needs a patience. Like the patience is like this boy, I can.
মিস্টার মুখার্জির ছেলে ম্যাথসে ফেল করেছে, তাই জন্যে উনি সোজা শহরের বেস্ট টিউশন টিচারের কাছে গিয়ে বললেন,
তাহলে এবারও কাল থেকে টপ হবে তো?
আপনি তো মানবেন যে এত তাড়াতাড়ি রেজাল্ট পাওয়া যায় না, কিন্তু যদি আমি এই কথাটাই ইকুইটি মিউচুয়াল ফান্ডের জন্য বলি, তাহলে কি মানবেন? মেনে নিন, ভালো রিটার্নস পেতে গেলে সময় দিতে হবে। লগ অন টু জানতো মানুষ।
This is what we do. We want our child to study hard from the 6th class to go to for IIT for 6 years, but our investment should give a return tomorrow morning. It's a typical Asian investment psychology. We want to put in FD for 10 years, we can be peaceful, but if we want to give in mutual fund next day morning, we will talk to our advisor or our personal finance manager, what is an NAV, shall I exit, or how much profit I got it. Let us get that. And SIP for me is save, invest and prosper. Start early, invest regularly, and create wealth, that prosperity. I'm sure, soon December we are ending, and before you come to the 2016, and to make that Shubho Nabavarshe, start investing now and start make that decision. I feel it's the time to get us to the Saubhagya and Balotakin and keep well, stay well. Thank you so much. And you can exclude me by videos because my speaking time is 20 minutes, video is 10 minutes, so that I allow to speak 30 minutes. Thank you so much and God bless you all. I still stick to my time of speaking 20 minutes.